If you are living in a socialist, communist country or a system, then you are always going to have the lesser products or services, and quality of life will be lower, even though everyone makes the same amount of money and their lifestyles are somewhat similar. Now, I don't know about you, but I think we should reward people for their effort. I think we should reward people for the work they do. I think we should reward people who try harder to innovate and create. And that is what capitalism is built on. When we have freedom as the number one factor that we're chasing, that means we are free to have competition. We are free to innovate. We are free to start thinking of efficiencies, right? So there's 4 things about capitalism that I love most. Now, you have to understand that I am a free market capitalist. I believe that if I have a better product and I could market it better to humanity out there, then I will make more money. And I should decide what I do with my money. If I want to buy 10 homes and 5 yachts and 3 private planes, good for me. And if I want to pay my employees a really good wage and make sure that they're taken care of and they have great health benefits and financial benefits, then good for me. But I should not have the government telling me how my wealth should be divided, because that would be socialism or communism, right? So with that in mind, if there's 4 things about capitalism that I love, let me share that with you. So thing number 1 is economic freedom, right? And you have to understand, economic freedom equals political freedom. In other words, the more private industries have control of industries and economies, the less control the government will have over you. And you show me a government that has its citizens' health and financial well-being as a top priority. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find it anywhere. That's just not the case, because governments are designed to tax you and to continue to grow and to continue to get bigger and more bloated, because that's how they add more regulation. That's how they add more laws. So understand that capitalism creates economic freedom, which is a byproduct, helps us create political freedom as much as possible, helps us keep government as small as possible. Now, if you're watching this, you know government is big and bloated already. And because it's so big and bloated, it moves slow, it taxes you heavily, and it is very inefficient. Moving on to thing number 2 that I love about capitalism, which is efficiency. Think about this. I created Fit Body Bootcamp. It's a international gym fitness franchise, right? And if you want to open up a gym, you might be looking at Fit Body Bootcamp as well as other fitness franchises and comparing Fit Body Bootcamp and these other fitness franchises to see which is a better option for you, right? Which has better systems, which has better support, which one you can make more money with, which one you can impact more lives with. I, as the founder of Fit Body Bootcamp, have a duty and an obligation, along with my team here, to make Fit Body Bootcamp franchise the best possible product ever, because I'm in competition with all the other franchise brands out there in the fitness space. And I want to make sure that I can sell the most Fit Body Bootcamp locations and deliver on the promise of a great product and a great system that helps people through health, fitness, and a positive mindset while making our franchisees really good income, right? Well, guess what? If the competition creates something that now they've got something above me, I have to then innovate and get more efficient and create something better. So competition creates efficiencies. That means that my employees, my team members here have to work more efficiently. They have to work more diligently. I have to be more creative and work more efficiently. And when there is efficiency in a business model because of competition, guess what? Everything comes down in terms of pricing, right? So competition is good, and it's a byproduct of a capitalistic environment. What else? Well, how about innovation? When you are in a capitalistic environment, now you have to constantly innovate and make better. If you are in a socialist or a communist environment where the government decides the phone we use, the cars we drive, and the lack of competition, then why would we want to innovate? But think about the innovations that we've had in transportation. Hell, we've got self-driving cars that are about to come out now because of Tesla. You've got cars that are so smart now that they will keep you in your lanes. Windows go up and down. Windshield wipers are automatic for you. There's so much safety systems built in that it's rare that you're going to rear end someone in a car that has a safety system where it could tell if you're about to hit that car in front of you. It'll smash the brakes preemptively for you. That is all a byproduct of innovation, because Ford and Chevy and Dodge and Toyota and Nissan and Honda, they're all competing for your dollars. And so they're like, hey, if this person's going to spend $50,000 for a vehicle, how can we innovate and make our product better so they buy mine and not theirs? Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. I want to remind you about the Keuilian Wellness Shot. I created the Keuilian Wellness Shot because I wanted a product that was going to help you boost your immune system and fight off inflammation in your gut, in your joints, in your body, so that you are healthy, you don't get sick, and you live an awesome life. Keuilian Wellness Shots have these 9 ingredients that are going to absolutely help fight off inflammation and boost your immune system: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, ginger, turmeric, echinacea, B12, cayenne pepper, and black pepper. And every single packet is checked for heavy metals because our ingredients are top quality, and we use nothing but top quality because we cut no corners. So you can use my name, Bedros, at Keuilian.com and get 50% off your Keuilian Tribe subscription. You not only get 50% off your first order, you also get free shipping. You get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, so that if you don't like the product for some reason, which we have yet to meet anyone who don't like the product, we will give you your money back, no questions asked, and we will shake hands and part ways as friends. And of course, $1 of every order goes to Shriners Children's Hospital, which is a hospital system that I've been helping and supporting for over 12 years. They provide medical procedures, medical services, surgeries to children whose families can't afford these procedures. So go to Keuilian.com, use code word Bedros, join the Keuilian Tribe. You get 50% off your first order and then 20% off your recurring monthly orders after that. Back to the show. The fourth thing is economic growth. So think about this, right? When there is a capitalistic environment like the United States, you will find yourself in a place where there's economic growth. Any country that is socialist or communist, the unemployment rate is through the roof. Economic growth has come to a screeching stop, and the people are starving. And so in a capitalistic environment, it creates opportunities for more jobs. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, B, but I've heard that capitalists are greedy. And you would be right. Some capitalists are greedy. And so when people say that capitalists are bad, it's because they see like one fringe section of capitalism where greed does exist. And nothing is perfect. Capitalism is not perfect. And there are greedy entrepreneurs. But does that mean that we should then say, forget it? We have to take all business away from, free market capitalists, from people like private business owners like myself and maybe like you? Absolutely not. What we need to do is punish the idiots who are doing things wrong. But that's a small percentage of the capitalistic world. And so when you make a blanket statement like capitalistic pigs are bad for our economy or bad for our country, or they are creating a monopoly, also understand that they're not creating a monopoly as long as the government doesn't allow them. The government does have a lot of say whether a company starts buying out all their competition. The government can stop them, right? The Federal Trade Commission, the SEC, and Securities and Exchange Commission can stop them and say, hey, you're about to create a monopoly, and so we're not going to let the sale of those two different companies happen. Because if they do, then you become a monopoly, and therefore you can now raise the price or reduce the quality of the product and raise the price at the same time because you've got no competition. So there is government entities that are there to police corporations. Like as a franchisor, right? That's what I am, a franchisor. I started Fit Body Bootcamp. The Federal Trade Commission oversees franchises. And so whether it's a Subway sandwich headquarters or Fit Body Bootcamp headquarters or 7-Eleven headquarters or Jiffy Lube headquarters, like all of these headquarters of different franchises all have to adhere to the government standards to operate in a certain way. Now, if we operate in a shady way and we do things that are illicit, then obviously we get fined or they stop us from selling franchises. And that happens. That happens in every industry. There's a fraction of shady entrepreneurs whose greed glands over-secrete, and they begin to do shady shit and justify it as righteous. We have to police those people. But I dare say 98, 99% of entrepreneurs, capitalists out there are paying their fair share of taxes and then some, employing good people, moving the needle for the economy, and innovating so that the products keep getting better, the service keeps getting better while the price keeps getting lower. So I share this with you because capitalism is good for the economy. It creates innovation, it creates efficiency in marketplace because of competition, and competition drives efficiency. It is economic freedom, which leads to political freedom. And of course, what it really does is economic growth. This is why the United States will probably never have, as long as our political figures, both on the left and right side, don't fuck it up, the United States will never find itself in a position like Argentina or Greece, where unemployment is, in the double digits, 15, 20, 25%, and the economy is shot. So there's tremendous value in that, in this capitalism method. And so if you are wondering if capitalism is the right way to go, the answer is yes. Now, if you're one of those people who are of the mindset that, I think the government should create a fair economy for everyone, then I'm going to argue that you're probably lazy. You're probably lazy. You don't want to work much. And what you want to do is work as little as possible, be as disconnected from humanity as possible, but still make as much money as you can because you want daddy government to disperse an equal amount of money to you and everyone else. As far as I'm concerned, that makes you a lazy fuck who's a liability to humanity. Because if every single one of us saw ourselves as assets, and I want to work, and I want to innovate, I want to create, I want to serve humanity, then now that puts you in the mindset of a capitalist.